Yesterday was obviously a very, like you said, an overwhelming day. When did you find out that Bobby was going to step down?
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning. Well, what was your initial reaction? The same as everybody, just kind of surprised, or?
He came in and we had a meeting with me and Dr. Crumbs in his office. He came in and handed us his resignation letter, and of course I denied it.
Yeah.
And got a little upset with him, and he looked at me and said, "It's not your choice." So, I think a lot of this guy, I spent 10 years with him. I was a part of 3 of those state championships on the wall, and lost 3 before I actually won 1.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more to Coach Howard than people realize. He's helped a lot of people. He's probably helped over 1,500 men either get to college or, become better men in the community. And matter of fact, he's helped me to become a better coach. So, to be honest, I was a junior college coach prior to coming to Columbus High, but, I've learned more from that man in probably the last 10 years and some coaches, doing a lifetime. So, regardless of how well I do this season, I owe all my, my accolades to him right now. So.
I know every coach aspires to reach a head coaching position. So I know being a head coach was something that I'm sure you wanted eventually. Obviously, the circumstances, not the perfect way for it to happen, I guess.
No, not at all. To be honest, I'm almost 40 years old, and I was fortunate enough to become the athletic director 6 years ago, and with the hope that one day you can take over a program of this stature and the tradition that it carries. And I never wanted to take it over this way, though. I told him yesterday that, I want you to walk across this field the last game of the season, whether we win a state championship or we get beat in the 3rd game in the 3rd round, but at least you're walking off on your own accord, and people can respect you for what you've done, and you can get a standing ovation, and you deserve that, and that wasn't his wishes.
Does it say something about him as a person that he wasn't in it for himself, that he doesn't need that recognition?
He is a very humble person. He doesn't like all that attention. That's not his style.
Right.
And in my opinion, no one, and I will never be able to reach what he's accomplished. And to be honest, not many coaches in this area, this state, or this country is going to match what he's done. And I just think you need to be recognized for it. But he didn't see it that way. That doesn't impress him. So, I want the community to know that they didn't honor this guy. This was his decision. The administration didn't make this call. The superintendent didn't make this call. He dropped a bombshell on me yesterday, and I called him 6 times just to, you can't do this, you can't. And his decision was made.
Yeah.
And, I look at him as a father figure. He's 1 year younger than my own father. So, at the end of the day, whatever coach wanted at practice, I did. It's funny, you get in the habit of being an administrator or director in the school, and you're telling people what to do day in and day out, dealing with issues. And, I came out here. This was my outlet. I could be myself a little bit and cut up with the kids, and he could boss me around, and I didn't have a problem with it. But the game of baseball lost a good guy yesterday, and it was tough on me. And I apologize for not talking to you guys, but it wasn't easy for me yesterday. I told the team, I addressed the team, then I talked with the parents last night. I didn't know whether to be, excited that finally this has happened to me in my life, or to be scared to death.
Yeah.
And regardless if we won or lost today, right now I feel more at ease right now than I have in the past 24 hours. It's been pretty difficult for me.
Yeah. Do you concern yourself with filling his shoes, or are you just going to be Chad Mathis?
That's a great question. Like I said before, I don't don't want to be negative. I don't think it's hard to fill those type of shoes. You know, I'm gonna be who I am. I'm gonna be Chad Mathis and coach these boys the way I know to coach them. And to be honest, the routine that we do, the things that we do at practice, you know, the things that we say to them in the locker room isn't gonna change. It's still a game. You know, we're teaching them the game, and hopefully, sometimes in difficult situations like today where we got beat by one run, we made a few base running mistakes. You know, hopefully we can correct those and move on. But it's still early in the season. I told the team today we don't know our identity yet. It's my job to find that for them. You know, we've got to come up with a way to find out who we are and move forward. And so I have no choice but to move forward. I'm not letting this ship sink. I respect him too much to do that. You know, I might not, you know, be a state champion. I might coach the rest of my life and never win a state championship, but, you know, I'm going to give it my all. I mean, I'm going to continue to be a learner of this game. I mean, that's what he did teach me. That guy, we go to clinics, we read books, we try to find out everything we can on this game just to get an edge, and that's my plan at this point.
Yeah.